masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo guys, welcome back. You know it is. It's Jaff Master Flash. Welcome to Spa de Francorchamps. 5 red lights. Let's get into it. We're away. So, Spa is my absolute number one all-time favourite. It is right up there, and I think I've done this list before. Spa is number one, Silverstone is number two, and it can probably be anybody's guess for number three. As there are many circuits that I do like, but Spa is one of those ones where I really do enjoy, really do like. And I seem to have raced a lot of Spa and Silverstone as of late. And I will be racing even more Silverstone this week. Or the week when this video comes out. So, the wet setups. What can you say about Spa? So, Spa has always been one of those circuits where you trade off. Even if you listen to the, if you're a Mercedes fan and you actually listen to the race debrief of the actual Mercedes technical team, they said themselves that Spa is a trade-off. You have to look at Spa as 3 individual sectors. So sector 1 is the famous Radion and Eau Rouge. Or Rouge and Radion complex, and you have to look at that as one because you have the Camel straight after it. Then you have sector 2 where you have the technical downforce part of the circuit, and then you have the flat out 3 sector 3 of Blanchimont. And what do? Do you A, sacrifice sector 2 for sectors 1 and 3, or B, do you sacrifice sectors 1 and 3 for sector 2? Because either way, this game seems to be always some sort of a trade-off where you can either A, have speed, or B, have downforce. And you can, I personally always struggle to marry that balance between speed and downforce. You can never seem to have both. And again, you might be sat here saying, "Oh, well, I can." Well, that's cool. Like I said, I've never claimed to be a setup master. I've never claimed to be the greatest at the game. I've always said that what I do know is a little bit about a little bit, and I will share it with those. And these videos are not meant for people who are intermediate to advanced levels. These setups are meant for people who are novices. And I go back, and I've said it many times. I go back to when I first started and didn't have a clue, couldn't get the workings of setups, and just needed help, and there was never any help. I would always go for a TT setup. I'd get into a race, do 3 or 4 laps, wonder why my tires are overheating, wonder why my tires were dead, wonder why I couldn't go any faster, wonder why the car was so twitchy, and then inevitably spin. And it wasn't until the penny dropped many years ago that I realised that TT setups and race setups are completely different. Where TT setup is comprised of a 1 lap race, and the race setup is done obviously for the racing. And that is what I mean. And that is it. But Spa, what I decided to do was go with as much downforce as possible. One, for 2 reasons. It's wet. And yeah, that might sound like an easy get out of jail free card. But in the wet, you need as much confidence in the car as you can possibly get. And I've said it many times, when wet weather racing, I am a confidence racer, and I'm trying to get that out of me. I really am, with more practice, etc., but that is life at the moment. I try my hardest to get going quicker, but unfortunately that's not the case. So it takes me a few laps to get into a wet race. Second of all, you want as much confidence in the car as possible. If you look a lap previous right here, right now, I almost lost the car. I had a little slide coming out of that particular turn and needed to catch it. And especially going through Puon as well. If you are not careful, you can lose the car at the front end going through Puon. Hence the reason why I went with more downforce is better in this aspect. And yeah, that is the reasoning behind this setup. As always, the setup is at the end of the video. The setup is just a guide. It might be too much downforce for some people, and some people might like the car extremely twitchy. Me, I've always gone with preferring a stable setup over a low winged, high speed setup. But this is where the contrast gets a little bit skewiff. So I managed to gain massive amounts of time on the AI. As you can see, I'm 5 seconds up going into the bus stop. The AI are extremely poor around Belgium. We've got Zandvoort next, then we've got Monza. When we get to Monza, the AI are absolutely cracked. I mean, phenomenally cracked. But that is for a different day. Guys, wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're good. I hope you are well. Hope you get as much use out of this setup as I have. Unfortunately, in the BRS league that I'm in, even though I've had 3 races, 3 on the bounce, they've started off wet and gone to dry, or they've started off dry and gone to wet. I've not had, excuse me, I've not had the full use of a wet weather race all race yet to use these setups, but I can guarantee you as soon as that happens, these wet setups is what I'll be using. But wherever you are, take care, hope you're good, hope you're well. Remember to do all that good stuff, like hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. Belgium is the best track on the calendar. Wherever you are in the world, take care. Peace.
is our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé after a fantastic race. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Thank you.